Hi everyone, we are here with our fifth session and we had to take a little break because we were working on new features for Commented, which we will be releasing soon, so stay tuned for that. And let's go into today's product. And today's product is called Rely.io, and it's a software catalog that maps your entire software ecosystem, and you can use AI assistant to understand the things that you need to know about the system in general. This is a little bit developer focused product, so as a designer I may not have a 100% clear idea about it, but it's okay because we also want to review the design of the website, both landing page and also the dashboard. And let's go into this website. And Jaren, what do you think about this hero section?
First of all, I think you created the project for both landing page and dashboard, right?
Yes, true. I already created both projects, one for the dashboard and the other for the landing page. So if you have different teams working on the landing page and the dashboard, so they can just easily separate them and work on their own tasks.
Yeah, great. As you can see in the canvas, I've already made a comment. And I think the overall hero section looks really nice, but it would be better if we can just see the image a bit more.
Yeah.
And about the image, I can say that I really like the strokes and the effects. It makes it really makes a focus of the entire hero section. But one other comment that I would probably add can be, as you can see, there's this text with a purple background, and probably they want to highlight it.
Yeah.
I think it would be better to use maybe a different shade of the purple,
Yeah.
so that it can like more prominent in the design.
Yeah, I agree. Do you want to add that one, or should I add it?
Yeah, you can add it.
All right. So what can I say? We can reconsider the color for this container. All right. Shall I move on?
Sure.
And here we have some of the clients, I think, some of the teams that is using Rely.io.
We also get to see the same strokes and effects as we see in the header section, and I really liked it.
Yeah.
It really highlights the important sections of the project in the landing page.
Yeah, and also the frames are separated from the background, which both of them has a dark background. It's also useful for that as well, so this is nice. But one thing that about this gradient effect on the texts, what do you think about that one?
I think it's too much because now, as we mentioned, we get to see the effect used at the background of the image, but using a gradient in the text can be confusing.
Yeah, I agree. And also it goes dark and background is also dark, so that like you may lose your focus on the text when you're reading it. So it's not that good in terms of readability.
Exactly, like if you have like a dark background, I think the primary thing to be focused is to be able to as clear as possible so that the user won't be confused.
Yeah, true. I add it as a comment. Let's continue. Here also they use the colored background, which is also good, I think, in terms of overall look of the website. It also highlights even better than just only strokes, so it's nice.
Yeah, the stroke heights are heavier this time. It creates a bold effect, but I liked it. Probably it's because the section is now bigger.
Yeah, true. Maybe this much text can be too much, so it can be reduced. Like maybe 3 or 4 lines of text is enough. So maybe we can add a comment says.
I also agree because there's actually too much content in the landing page. So it might be hard to, read all of it as a
Yeah.
user.
Yeah, they can just skip it if it's too long, and then they don't read it. And yeah, I mean, these are all similar sections, and there are a lot of them, and some of the things are mentioning about the features that is coming soon, which is also nice.
And this section is way more simpler, as you mentioned. So it was better. And for this one, this is actually the best section that I've seen in the landing page because it gives you the actually Figma prototype so that you can play around in the dashboard without even signing up. But I think I would relocate it in the landing page. Maybe I would just put it in the viewport, above the viewport.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, because it creates an interaction between the user, and I think it's a clever way to promote the product.
yeah, another option would be placing it into the menu so they can always access and go into the prototype.
Yeah, I've just sent it.
Cool. Okay, so let's move forward. And here we have the testimonials for the product. Yeah, it's always nice to see testimonials and feedback from the people who use it. And I always say that it's always better to keep it at the top. I mean, like, it should be one of the first sections that you see the testimonials. For example, you had here the clients that uses this product, and maybe below that we can add the testimonials so it's you can see it earlier rather than just going a lot into the page. So yeah, consider it putting it at the top. Maybe I can leave a comment.
Yeah, it might be better to, as you say, change the location of the section.
And let's go. And here they have their integrations. They are developed, I think. I mean, I'm not a developer, so I'm not sure which ones are useful, but in terms of design I can say it's nice. You can easily find the tool that you are using by the logo of them, so, and the colors are okay, I think. And I think this is the last section, and it's the last chance to promote and land on the dashboard, which is also nice. It's always nice to have CTA at the end before the footer, so I think it's good. And we have the footer.
Yeah, I also created a comment because, as you can see, we have this product hunt badge, and I think it's really important, but we only get to see it in the footer, so maybe we can just fix it at the top or maybe at the bottom, but having it fixed might be better.
Yeah, true. And I remember Product Hunt has different components that you can use on your website, and I think we already use it as a fixed section in our own website at Commented.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it would be nice. I mean, and I know that they are actually leading today's upvotes, so they are number one, and it would be nice to promote that as well. So yeah, it's a nice comment. Cool. So shall we move on to the dashboard then?
Yeah, let's see the dashboard.
All right, it's already opened here, so I'll just go there. And here on the dashboard we have a sidebar for the navigation, and you can see all the pages that you can navigate to. And on the right side you have this section for the tables and the different pages. And at the top we also have breadcrumb, which is always useful to navigate between pages, because if there are multiple sub pages or multiple levels, it's always needed, I can say. And also you can shrink down the sidebar, so you have more space for the data that you want to see. It's also good. Maybe I can leave a comment for that one. Nice little feature for more space.
Also, I noticed something. When you close the sidebar, and if you hover over the icons, the tooltips, they are like two lines, but instead they could have just expanded it.
Yeah.
As you can see
Yeah,
here.
true.
That might be better.
Yeah. Let's leave a comment for that one. Tooltips can be one line. Cool. And let's navigate to other pages. Okay, so if the page is empty, then they have an image and also the texts next to it that explains what is happening with this page, what's the features, and if it can be used, which in this case it's not released yet, but it says it's coming soon. So yeah, what do you think about this image?
I think those empty states are a bit like confusing, because at the right side we have this image, but the best thing about the landing page is the strokes and the effects, but we cannot get to see them in the dashboard, and that creates like a confusion, because it's very hard to understand each section by its own, because everything has the like same background color, so it's hard to read it. Also, like one of the examples which we can see in the AI assistant tab, which I've just created a comment.
Yeah, I can
like
see.
For this image, it's even like easier to understand what I say.
Yeah, I mean, it's already has a dark background, and it collapses with the page's background, and yeah, definitely we need some strokes here. That's the similar one at the homepage you mentioned. So yeah. And also on the previous page on sales service, I noticed that this image is, I think it's cropped. It's not the actual size for the image, and we have these strokes at the top and the bottom, but not on the side. So I think it's not on purpose, but there was a stroke, but I think there was a bug, so it needs to be fixed. I think I'll just leave a comment. The image looks cropped. Please take a look. Yeah.
I think also the line height is like too narrow. What do you think about that?
Yeah, especially here on the subtext, I can say that it overlaps, and even when I highlight, I can see that it's overlapping, because there is a stronger color in between the lines. Yeah, it's in terms of readability, it needs to be expanded a little bit more, for sure. Are you leaving a comment for that?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes, I am. I've left a comment at the scorecards section. which you can see there.
Sorry?
I left a comment on the scorecards page.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for the
Cool.
texts. Yeah.
All right. Yes.
But I think other than that, I like the colors, especially the gradient ones that we get to see in the landing page. And it would be better if we could have also seen it in the dashboard.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I can say that the usage of color is really nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, the background is not like completely dark, but there is a different shade with a tint of a color, probably a blue color, I think. And yeah, overall, they have a really nice usage of color. But the thing about the font is, I'm not sure about the font overall, because yes, you can use a white font in your landing page, that is okay, but in your dashboard, in terms of readability, it's always better to go with a safer font, because here I'm not sure which font it is right now, but it looks wider than a normal font, and I think they can have a better one here that is better to read, easier to read. And also, I think you mentioned something about letter spacing, and
Yeah.
I totally agree. I mean, it's too narrow. I think they can have more space. But yeah, if you change the font, maybe that's not going to be an issue. But here, in this case, it's a problem. I mean, it's a little bit hard to read. But yeah, it's not like a major issue, but it can be a nice improvement, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree.
And if you have any other comments we can talk about, or shall we finish our session?
Yeah, I think we can close like today's session.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, overall it's a nice design, I can say, and you are already at number 1, so probably you will be finishing at the first place in Product Hunt today. So good luck, and yeah, see you on the next section.